What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a very long awaited one, and it is a handstand push-up routine continuing with the 15-minute series requested by many people, some of them right there. Today we're going to be working on this amazing skill, which is the handstand push-up in a 15-minute routine. We're going to be working on the strength component of the handstand push-up mostly, but also on the technical aspect and the balance aspect of the handstand push-up. Just like the planche front lever and muscle up, you do want to have a general base of strength, ideally a couple of pike push-ups, and ideally a 30-second handstand hold. It'll be stupid to just train for the handstand push-up without having a solid handstand. However, you can still do this routine. I'm gonna be giving you progressions without the balance component added, but I highly recommend that you build that strength and build that balance before training for the handstand push-up specifically. Down below, I'm gonna recommend two routines: the shoulder strength 15-minute routine and also the handstand routine for 15 minutes. That way you can work on the handstand separately and on your shoulder strength separately, and then come back to this routine so you can work on your handstand push-up. With that being said, make sure you're fully warm up before jumping in this routine. What you're going to be needing for this routine is either a set of parallettes if you want to train on parallettes, or you can also do the entire routine on the floor. With that being said, the winners from last video giveaway are going to be Franz Viela, Aziz, and Rian Cowenhoven. I hope I pronounced that well. You guys just won 3 months for free as a premium membership to the SM Academy, full access to entire library of courses, workout programs, or individual moves so you can create your own workouts, our HIIT section, our mindfulness section, our mobility and flexibility protocol section, our calisthenics and skills section, our primal element section, our hybrid home workout experience so you can work out at home, our breath work and meditation section, and basically everything that is the universe of the SM Academy. Remember that we post every Thursday at 12 p.m. EST, and if you comment within the first 60 minutes of the video, you get a chance to win the giveaway. With that being said, I'll see you in the workout. Let's go! Alright family, we're going to be going for 4 exercises, 3 sets of each of those exercises in a reps and sets fashion. These are 15 minutes, so it's basically going to feel like a HIIT training, but I want you to be aware that the handstand push-up especially is a very technical skill. So take your time with each one of those exercises. If you see that you're breaking form, stop completely the set and use the working time also as your resting time, and simply watch this routine, understand the routine, and maybe you can do it on your own, not going super fast. But the main point that I want to come across is quality over quantity, even though we're going to be moving pretty fast. The first exercise is going to be a very technical one, which is going to be handstand push-up negative freestanding. I'm going to be using parallettes to demonstrate at least the first set. We're going to be going for 3 sets, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. In that 1 minute, I want you guys to accumulate at least 3 negative, or anywhere between 2 to 5 negative, and ideally each negative consists of 6 to 10 seconds of slow and control. On parallel, you will simply have a greater range of motion, but the balance is going to be easier. You can pick and choose depending on where you're working your handstand push-up on. I recommend to simply alternate between the two, especially if you're doing this routine 2 to 3 times per week. So prepare yourself accordingly. If you don't have a freestanding handstand negative, or you're struggling with balance, or you don't want to focus on balance today for some reason, you want to really reap the benefits of the strength component of the negative, then I recommend that you do chest to wall handstand push-up negative. Choose your progression accordingly. We begin in 10 seconds, 1 minute off, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Begin preparing yourself in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get into your handstand, slow and control. You can press up, you can kick up. Find your balance first. Understand the movement first, then lean slightly forward, elbows in, begin to lean, keep leaning forward as you're coming down, body's completely straight. Once you get to the proportion, you release, and then you keep back up. Keep going. If you need like 5 seconds between each rep, that's actually ideal. We got 20 seconds left, so I got 1 more in me. So 3 negative is pretty ideal. 3 to 4 is what you're looking for. Lean forward, elbows in, sure the elbow doesn't go behind the wrist. And 3, 2, 1, and break. Next one, I'm gonna be demonstrating this one on the floor, just for demonstrating purposes. Again, on the parallels, you get greater range of motion. On the floor, it's actually harder to balance. Few things that I wanna mention of this exercise. The negatives is an amazing way to build strength, number one, but we're gonna be focusing more on strength on the next exercise, more like raw strength. This exercise, I want you to see it as a technical exercise. Even though you're gonna be building strength, what you're looking for here is to really mimic that handstand push-up form to the best of your ability. So lean forward, do not send the elbow behind the wrist, but always leaning forward. Really try to create that hollow body shape as much as possible without arching unnecessarily. And that's it. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Catch your breath. Get into that mindset. It's a very technical skill that requires balance. So 3, 2, 1, touch your hands. Get into your handstand. Forward. And come down. Little break for me. We got 25 seconds left. So ideally, what I noticed on that last rep, that I began losing a little bit of balance and my shoulders begin to getting tired. So I got still 15 seconds left for one rep, but that resting time was important. Let's go. Release down and break. 1 minute break, catch your breathing, maybe check your shoulders a tiny bit. Next one, I'm gonna be demonstrating on the floor. What can I say? Anything else? Maybe I should stay quiet, catch my breathing. As I said, quality over quantity, especially with handstand push-up. I mean, with any other skill, the same, but especially with the handstand push-up, you have the balance component. So you really want to be in the zone, you really want to be calm. Yes, it requires a lot of strength, and I would dare to say that is the biggest limiting factor for most people. You're simply not strong enough to do a concentric, a full handstand push-up, full depth. But sometimes you do have the strength, and it is more of a balance component, a proprioception component, an awareness component. And the handstand push-up, just like the handstand, one day you might be doing 5 with perfect form, the other day you might not be able to do 1. So honor that, stay with that. We begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Very slow and control. As you kick up, first find your handstand. Find your balance, then deep press the shoulders naturally as they come down, elbows in. "30 seconds left. You rest a little bit between the other rep. Keep those glutes engaged to keep that straight line handstand as you travel forward into an arc motion. Go up. Core engage. Lean forward. Slow and control. And that's it for me. You got 8 seconds. If you're still going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And break. The next exercise and the next portion is going to be, by the way, we got 1 minute break. It's going to be 3 sets of back to wall handstand push-up. Now, I know many people would say that chest to wall is better than back to wall just because you're mimicking the handstand push-up itself, but that was for the negative that we just did. We use that exercise to understand the technique. Now, in my opinion, back to wall handstand push-up are one of the best exercises to actually build raw shoulder strength. Yes, we're gonna be arching our back a little bit, but we have that power and we serve the purpose of the exercise, which is actually building raw shoulder strength. Progressions for that one, I'm gonna be using the hardest progression, which is doing it on the box, really getting a full range of motion, because we're going for 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. So you are going for 3 to 5 reps. So it's a strength range. If that one is too hard, you do it on the parallel. That one is too hard, reduce the range of motion. That one is too hard, go to pike push-ups. We begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I've got it here. Right away, we got 40-second break. So as you probably can see, I got only to 4 reps. So now we're building on raw, pure power. Tempo for this one, keep it simple, simply 2 seconds coming down and 1 second coming up. And that should give you around 3 to 5 reps in that 20-second mark. If you chose a progression and you feel like you could have gone for longer, let's say you choose pike push-ups, move on to elevated pike push-ups for a harder progression that you're really struggling to get to those 20 seconds. We got 7 seconds of break, and then we go right into the exercise. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Last one. Saved by the bell. We got 40-second break. Give your shoulders a little break. And for this exercise, if you find that on the second set you cannot complete the 20 seconds, you can keep going with the workout at least for today and simply do a regress progression, or you can rest, pause between that exercise, but use it as a reference for the next time that you do this workout. You know which progression you actually want to choose, because if you want to track progress and you really want to be precise with how you progress and measuring progress, you want to be doing the same progression for a consecutive time for a long period of time. Beginning 1, let's go. Set it up, kick up, let's go. And that's it. We got 40-second break. The next one is going to be bent arm handstand presses. I'm gonna be doing that on the floor. Now we're gonna be using a little bit of momentum and a little bit of help to work on the concentric part of the handstand push-up. And I want you to, as you press, try to hold it for at least 1 second, the handstand itself, because one of the hardest parts of the handstand push-up is going from a bent arm to a straight arm position. To modify this exercise, you can use bent legs, or you simply add a little bit more momentum, or you reduce the range of motion that you are doing. I'll explain better later. We begin in 3, 2, 1. Hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, elbows in, lean forward. Extend your hips at the same time you extend your arms. And hold the hands up for like 1 second. Then calm down. I need like 2-second break. If you get 2 or 1, actually ring it by the bell. If you get 2 to 3 of this one, that's more than enough. I just got 1 because I kind of struggle to get that first rep. So give your shoulders a break. If you get 2 again or 3, that's totally fine. Add as much momentum as you need it. But the most important part is really try that as you push up, try to hold that handstand at the top. So you really work on that bent arm to a straight arm strength, and also the balance component once you go from bent arm to a straight arm. We begin in 8 seconds. Actually try to get at least 2 on this one. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Seconds, let's take one more. So as you can probably see, I'm also struggling on that little top portion. This will serve you to know, for the next exercise we're going to be doing bent arm handstand hold. This will serve you to know which part of the handstand push-up you are struggling the most. If you're lacking strength, more often than not you will struggle on the bottom portion. If you're lacking balance, or if you're not feeling particularly balanced that specific day, then you might be lagging that top position. So when you do holds on either here, here, or here, you can choose the angle specific to your own individual weaknesses. We begin in 2, 1, give me at least 2 good reps, 3 ideally, let's go. You got 1 more. Press it up, find your handstand. Lower down with control. Maybe 1 more, 1. We got 40-second break before the next exercise, which as mentioned is going to be bent arm handstand hold. I'm going to be demonstrating that one on parallettes. For this one, modifications, you can do a bent arm pike hold, so you will leave your feet kind of in a pike position. If you can, then you will extend your hips and simply do the bent arm handstand hold. Now, the range, ideally you want to hold it on a 90-degree position. That will give you the most amount of strength in upwards and downwards. When we're holding isometric, you have a specific range that gives you strength, but you can choose to go lower or choose to go higher. We're getting 3, 2, 1, let's go. 15-second hold. Keep leaning forward the entire time. And breathe. And break. We got 40-second break, actually 45. We're doing 15-second holds. If 15 seconds is too much, you can by any means do 5-second hold, 55-second break. So you will be using the working time that we're using as your resting time. Then build it up to 10 seconds, then build it up to 15 seconds for 3 sets. This is an amazing complementary exercise, and as I mentioned, try to choose the range that you are struggling the most. On the next one, I'm going to be demonstrating a little bit on a lower range, especially in the parallel. If you want to really get to that deep range of motion, holding the end range of a little bit more could be ideal. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Go low, extend the hips, and hold. Maybe a little bit lower. And break. That was actually more challenging than I expected. 45-second break. Now, even if you're doing a very low hold, the action is to actually push up. So it's not that you begin here and then you're doing kind of this. That will be basically a negative. If that's happening, maybe choose a higher range of motion that you can actually control. Each of these exercises serve its purpose. The negative serve the full range of motion. The back to wall serve pure raw strength. This one is an isometric contraction, so no going little up and down. I mean, to the best of your abilities, try to stay on one single point. We begin in 5 seconds. It's the last hold of the day. Give it your all with quality over quantity. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep leaning forward. The core tight, glutes tight. Stay with me. Stay with me and break. That was total failure for me, for sure. So there you have it, guys. This is a handstand push-up routine for 15 minutes. Now, you don't get a handstand push-up in 15 minutes. And it's also recommended to rest longer in between your skills training. This is an amazing complementary routine. Let's say that you want to really get the handstand push-up. I would highly recommend that you practice your handstand push-up form. You do a couple of attempts, you work on your individual weaknesses, and you add this as a conditioning, as a strength builder, and also as a technique building for that skill. Because my breath, 3, 2, 1. And that's it, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below what else we'd like to see on this channel. Let us know if you want to see more calisthenics skills. You guys asked for a 90-degree handstand push-up tutorial, but that's pretty advanced. But if you guys want that specific skill, leave it in the comment section down below. If you'd like to see more mobility and anything else that you would like to see on this channel, please leave it in the comment section down below. I'll see you next week. Much love. How many? That's a blooper. That's a blooper, please, please. How many?